Okay, so hello and welcome to this video and my first video on my channel. I just bought this PC from Acer. It was 15 euros on my local marketplace. I bought it used and I pretty much think it's fun to buy because I like computers and yeah. So what we've got is a used Acer computer. I didn't know the specs when I bought it, but the sticker told me when I bought it a E5300, 4 GB of RAM, which actually is 6 because someone upgraded this, a 500 gig hard drive, this X4500 iGPU, a DVD thing, and a Windows 7. It turned out to be Windows 10 which was installed. I, in the meantime, installed SorenOS because I did go wrong with recordings, so I had to re-record this. And I already did it, but I switched the CPU out as I had a bit better CPU laying here. Instead of the E5300 it came with, I have a E6500, both Pentiums. But yeah, so the sticker is right still. I will tell you in this video about what it can do. I will show some benchmarks, I will show some web browsing and watching YouTube. And I will show you the inside of it and what I tell what I did, how my experience was, and if I can recommend it or not. I told you the specs, so you probably know it's old at this point. It's from 2008. The PC was manufactured in 2009, but it had a CPU from 2008. It has DDR2, so it's really old. As we are at DDR5 now, it's 2024. So yeah. And be prepared for me doing some dumb shit or messing something up, because I am not a PC expert. I'm just some guy trying to get into PC building, liking to mess around with hardware and Linux. So yeah, so you know, the motherboard also has a G34 or G35 chipset, I think. I don't know it, but yeah. Before I forget to say that. And it has some random Ethernet chipset that I cannot find any information on, but it's Gigabit, so that's the only thing I know. So let's get started. I will take a look inside and edit in the CPU swap that I did, and we'll come right back to it at the desktop with my capture card, so it's pretty much better visible and not shaky, the video.
Okay, so for you guys, I got the benchmarks right here. The essentials category on the E300 was 2498, as you can see, and on the E6500 it was 3300, 333. Damn, do that again. 3333, and that is to be calculated 33% of an increase. And for the productivity, it's a 25% increase from 2366, as you can see, to 2974. That means that it's in the benchmark faster. In real world, you can feel it while browsing the web and watching some YouTube. YouTube is not that much, like barely. I don't even notice it. And when you get to the real world performance while browsing, the E6500 is a little bit noticeable faster. So yeah. So to be exact, in the real world performance, it's not better, but it's pretty much the same. Not exactly, it's a little bit faster on the E6500, but not the most noticeable, but you will notice while browsing the web and starting apps up a bit of a difference, but not really big. But you can notice a little difference, so yeah. And as you see in the benchmarks, it is a bit higher on the E6500, so it's a nice upgrade to have. So here we are at the desktop. I switched to WinOS 17 Lite, 17.1 Lite, as that's way easier to run than Windows. I did benchmark the PC, so I will show these results in a minute, but I first will try some web browsing, show you some editing of documents, and YouTube as we are now. So we'll try look up a 1080p test video and play that video. So we're at the video. We will put it at 720p, or no, 1080p we can try. Put it in theater mode, because that does better than normal small screen. We have H.264 here, block 60 FPS, enable H.264 because it plays back way better like that. We'll put on test for nerds and see if it's going to drop a lot of frames or not. Okay, it's at 4 now. It keeps dropping some frames. Or has it stopped now? Okay, it drops some single frames. At 720p yesterday it did not drop any frames, so we're gonna try that now. And just wait until this is like running for a minute. Okay. Okay, dropping one frame when I hover over there. Some frames actually. But it is not dropping much frames, so that's pretty nice. 720p 30 is doing well as long as you're not hovering over the video. Then it does barely or not drop any frames, so that's nice. Now we're going to look up some sites such as Amazon, because that has lots of images. It's reloading them pretty quick, as you can see, partly because of the Ethernet card is 1 gig, and partly because the CPU is alright in things like browsing, but not that fast, you know. Go to my favorite hardware store online. I have another favorite, but that one is locally. I'm not going to show you where I am living. So that loads up really quickly. We can do this. GPUs, Nvidia. I don't have one. I have an AMD, but that loads in pretty quickly as well. Sorry for my bad talking. So this is pretty nice. For the last page we will go look up Raspberry Pis, I guess. Just the side of them, because I like those single boards. I don't have one. I have a 02W, but I like this. That's pretty nice. And now we can try some LibreOffice, as that's what they get with it, with Zorin OS. And keep in mind that this is Linux, not Windows, because Windows is not that smooth as running Zorin OS. Zorin OS Lite is way better on these older hardware. But we can type in something, so like hi, welcome. But that's pretty nice. It does not feel like any latency. Oh. So that's pretty fine. It does not do anything wrong. It does this pretty well. To give you a quick view, I will look up Task Manager, as I probably should show that. The idle CPU usage is about between 3% and 10%. Oh wait, I will do a screen fetch in a second, so I will be back in like 5 seconds. Okay, that wasn't even 5 seconds, but here we are. Screen fetch, 9 minutes uptime. This is just XFCE, because I like how Zorin OS did this with XFCE. Here we have the CPU, a Pentium E6500. I upgraded that from the E5300, just like said in the intro. The GPU and the 6 gigs of RAM. So that's pretty nice. For now, it's pretty smooth. It does run. I have Discord here installed at Spotify. I can listen to Spotify and watch browse the web and make some document at the same time. So that's pretty nice. It's not the fastest, but it gets the job done. Though you can get better systems if you spend a little more money, but we will talk about that later. And right here I will show the benchmarks on the screen after I'm done talking. I will do that right now. So we're still at the desktop. I'm going to tell you some things while I am just doing some looking here and doing some dumb stuff. So now we know the performance a bit and the benchmarks. You will see it's not the fastest, it's not pretty great, but it gets the job done. So that's pretty nice. But I want to like give you a thing if I recommend it or not, because I cannot recommend it to use this for daily usage, as I know web browsing is okay, pretty smooth. YouTube is alright if you use block 60 FPS, H.264 Fi, and it's all fine. But the Pentium is old, and just for 15 bucks is fun, but not fast enough. I wouldn't recommend this for normal people. I would say get a 6th gen system with an i3 or i5 for like 60 bucks if you're in America, I think. For me it would be like deal hunting, but I could find it as well for that price. So that would perform way better, be able to run Windows 10 smoothly as long as you have 8 gigs of RAM. So yeah, if you can't find that, really can't find it, just try a 6th or 7th gen Pentium or a 3rd or 4th gen i3 or preferably i5, because those are way faster. And I know there's a PCIe X16 slot that would be able to fit a graphics card in and playback media pretty much better. but I don't know how that will do with the heat. As I said, that pretty much will heat up the PC more, and I don't know if that's a good plan to do. So keep that in mind, that there is a place to upgrade PCIe Express with a video card, graphics card, but that probably is not going to do well with the heat. I also coded some Python on this, that was pretty smooth. I will show you that it can do that also. In the meantime, do I recommend it for most people? No, because it's not fast enough in my eyes to recommend if you are buying this. But when I can see people who can use this, because I can recommend it to people like me who want to learn building PCs, for example. I like building PCs, I like to learn that. So for those people, it's pretty much, I can recommend it. For 15 bucks you can learn building a PC. So if you like it and want to get into PC building, try this kind of systems, and yeah, you know, you can learn how you build a system like this. Because you also can screw the motherboard out. I think it is even does support. It is a. I think it is a micro ATX motherboard, so you could also case swap it. I think. I won't do that, but I think it is. So that's nice. So there are possibilities that I can see with this thing if you want to learn building PCs, but I will not say get it to do it with daily tasks, because you can get faster when you save up to 20 to 30 bucks more, I think, and get a 6th gen i5 system which is running pretty much way faster. And it doesn't officially support Windows 11, but that will probably just run fine. So this system won't, but get a 6th gen and it will be a way better experience. To see, the Python runs fine. See, Python does do pretty well. I made a typo, I guess, but so I can recommend it if you want to build a PC, mess around with hardware. I can see you use it, but just for a little bit more money, if you just want to use it for daily usage, get a 6th gen system from Intel, or if you can find it, a 2nd gen Ryzen with an iGPU. But don't buy this if you want to do it for daily stuff. If you want to learn building PCs, yes, I recommend it. I keep saying that, but it's really what I'm thinking about. And if you want to get into Linux, it could also be fine, but don't use it for a server, because this will use like 43 watts on idle already, which is pretty high for a server, as my 2nd gen Ryzen does that with a mechanical hard drive, M.2 SSD, and some RAM, 3 sticks of RAM. My server does idle at 18 watts, and it's the 2nd gen Ryzen Pro. So keep in mind that this is not repeatable for a server also. So yeah, I hope that you liked this video, but it comes to an end here, and I was happy to take a look at the system and upgrade the CPU, and I might do another video on it, trying some simple emulation with NES, SNES, maybe that kind of old things, and Atari, but we will see if I do that. If you like this video, consider subscribing for a new video, maybe something like this, maybe a emulation thing, and thanks for watching.